Good afternoon, children. Welcome back to the online class. Today, in our English class, we are going to see the Unit 2 supplementary reader. Last class, we completed the Unit 2 poem. This class, we are moving with Unit 2 supplementary reader. Title Zigzag. Title Zigzag by the writer named Asha Negemia. Author's name Asha Negemia. Let's see a little thing about Asha Negemia. Okay, Asha Negemia, born in the year 1958 at Chennai. Okay, so Asha Negemia was born in Chennai in the year 1958. She worked in different cities and also now she is residing in Bangalore. And she has always been interested in writing. Her love for reading lead her to study literature in college. Okay, she loved to write and read, so only she had selected the literature in her college. And then other than this writing, she told that if she wouldn't have become a writer, she would have become a teacher. And then other than this, she loved baking, walking, reading and traveling. These are about this writer Asha Negemia. Keep in mind that she was born in Chennai. Now she is in Bangalore. So she is a writer now. If she wouldn't have become a writer, she would have become a teacher. Other interests are up for baking, walking, reading and traveling. These are the things about the other Asha Negemia. Now let me introduce the characters to you. Okay, so it's an interesting story. Title itself, see, Zigzag. Okay, so you feel anything while hearing this topic, zigzag? Okay, the symbol you will remember is a children, zigzag. So here first let me introduce the characters to you. The main character, Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan. Okay, so I'll be telling something about that character. Each and every character, keep in mind, ma'am. Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan. He is a child specialist. This Dr. Ashok Krishnan is a child specialist. Is a doctor. He is running a clinic. Understand, ma? He is a child specialist. He is running a clinic, and um, he had wife named, see, Mrs. Krishnan. Mrs. Krishnan is the wife of Dr. Krishnan, and they had two children, Aravind and Maya. Okay, so this Maya is a 9-year-old girl, and her brother only Aravind. So this family, you understand, I think so. Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan and Mrs. Krishnan, Maya, Aravind. They all belong to one family. These four characters, can you keep in mind, children? Then we can move to the next character, Somu. He is also a child specialist. Okay, and also friend of Ashok T. Krishnan. Keep in mind, Somu, he is also a child specialist and friend of Ashok T. Krishnan. Then Vishu. Vishu is the old cook of Somu. He is a cook of Somu. Who is Somu? He is another child specialist, friend of Ashok T. Krishnan. This Vishu is the cook of Somu. Then Mrs. Junjanwala. This Mrs. Junjanwala is staying in the upstairs of the house of Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan. She is an art critic. Okay, so Junjanwala is an art critic. She is living in the upstairs. Okay, then important character, Zigzag. What is this zigzag? Everything while reading the chapter I will be introducing to you. So these are the characters, ma. And one more character is there, that is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the maid of this family, Ashok T. Krishnan's family. Okay, children. So who all belong to this family, Ashok T. Krishnan? Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan, his wife Mrs. Krishnan, and Maya, then Aravind, and Somu, his friend. Vishu is the cook of Somu. Then Mrs. Junjanwala, she is an art critic. She is staying in the upstairs of the Dr. Krishnan. And then Lakshmi is the cook. Okay, so Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan is a doctor. Mrs. Krishnan is a talented artist. She will draw many pictures. Okay, she is an artist. Okay, so now shall we move into our lesson? Okay, all these characters keep in mind, children. Then only while reading the lesson you will be understanding that. So, Zigzag. Zigzag is a pet. Okay, do you have pet at home? Mostly you may have, is it, children? So some of you will have a dog at your home, or a cat, or a goat, like that. You will be having different pets at home. Okay, so here also a family shelters a pet at home. And what are the funny things happening after giving shelter to that new pet? That funny incident this writer Asha Nehemiah had given you in a nice humorous way. Okay, children, so we can read this lesson, then you will understand the lesson very neatly. Okay, so now we can see the first paragraph. Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan's clinic usually sounded more like an ancient Chinese torture chamber than a child specialist clinic. This was because the tiny children who were his patients left out a variety of blood curdling yells and ear splitting sobs. Okay, so I already told you he is a child specialist and he is running a clinic, and now his clinic is compared to an ancient Chinese torture chamber. Torturing means, in a torture chamber, all will be making lot of sounds, crying sound, sobbing sound will be there. In such a way, as it is a child clinic, there was lot of sound, and so that it is compared, the clinic is compared to ancient Chinese torture chamber. Okay, children, so it's all because my patients were making so much noise and crying so loudly. Okay, so one day this man who Dr. Krishnan is talking to his wife. What he is telling? He apologized to his wife one evening that Somu couldn't hear me properly. He rang me in the clinic to ask whether he could keep Zigzag with us when he leaves for Alaska. So, and now Somu thinks I said yes, even though I clearly said no. I know you are busy getting your painting ready for your exhibition next week. So now this Dr. Krishnan is talking to his wife. Okay, so what he is trying to say, his friend Somu is going to Alaska. So before going to Alaska, he asked him to do one favor. What is that favor? He had a pet named Zigzag. That pet, he had to keep it along with him till he come from Alaska. Okay, that was the favor he asked. So now this man, from this point we can understand that this Dr. Krishnan was afraid of his wife. What he is telling, do you see, children? Here, see, I said, Somu thinks I said yes, but even though I clearly said no, I said no, but he heard yes. Okay, so he is going to send his pet to our home, like that he said. Zigzag interrupted their 9-year-old daughter Maya. I introduced this character Maya to you. Is it, children? This Maya is is the daughter of this Mr. and Mrs. Krishnan. Okay, she is 9 years old. So when they heard the name Zigzag, they were so excited and they were asking, "Oh, Maya," like that. So Maya is asking, Zigzag, like that. The name is different for them. Isn't it that Uncle Somu prized giant green and gold fighting beetle, the one that spits deadly poison straight into the opponent's eyes? So the Maya interrupted and she is asking, Zigzag, maybe that she knows one pet of Uncle Somu. What is that pet? It will be spitting. It is a giant green and gold fighting beetle. Beetle means, you know, is it, children? It's an insect. So that beetle may be that zigzag, the one that spits deadly poison. So whenever a person see this giant beetle, it will spit poison into others eyes. Maybe that one only zigzag, he is going to give that beetle to our home, like that Maya thought. No, no. Character her older brother Aravind. Aravind is the brother of Maya, and he is told, no, no, no. The beetle is called Spitfire. The name of the beetle is Spitfire. So anyway, Zigzag is not that beetle. So Zigzag must be Uncle Somo's pet snake. Okay, so the beetle's name is Spitfire. So anyway, it is not that pet. Maybe Zigzag, maybe Uncle Somo's pet snake. That snake only he is going to give us. The African sidewinder, you know, the one that slithers zigzag all over his house. You know, that snake always moves here and there in the zigzag position in his house. So maybe that snake's name only Zigzag, like that he thought. So the man, Dr. Krishnan, interrupted and he said, you are both quite mistaken. Their father hastened to explain, seeing the wife's horrified expression. Zigzag is the most harmless, unusual, and lovable bird. So now Dr. Krishnan explained what is the zigzag. What is that pet zigzag? It is the most harmless, unusual, and lovable bird. Zigzag is a lovable bird. It is not a beetle or a snake. It is a lovable bird. Apparently, it was bred by a genuine African witch doctor who gifted it Somu when he, being a child specialist like me, while he was touring the deepest jungles of equatorial Africa last month. So last month when he went to Africa, there he treated one that African witch doctor's son. So that doctor had given this bird as a gift to this Somu. So that is it is his favorite pet, you know. So this Zigzag was gifted by a African witch doctor when he went to Africa last month. Okay, he cured the African witch doctor's son. So as a gift, that man gifted this Zigzag to Somu, and this Zigzag is the favorite pet of uncle that Somu, like that he is explaining. Somu might be your best friend, but most of these called favorite are absolute nuisance, countered Mrs. Krishnan angrily. Okay, so Mrs. Krishnan was very much angry on hearing this, because she is telling that whatever he is giving us his favorite things, everything absolute nonsense only. So we no need to bring that zigzag to our home, like that she is shouting angrily. Who is this Mrs. Krishnan? Now it is explained that a talented artist, she applied a dab of yellow ochre paint into her painting titled Sunset of Marina, paused for a moment to survey the effect and then continued. So she is an artist, I already told you, and she was busy in her painting, and she was now drawing a painting named Sunset of Marina. So her that yellow ochre paint she was painting in her painting, and she was very much busy in her work. So she said, remember the rare insect eating plant he bought back from the wettest corner of the Amazonian rainforest? He insisted that we keep it because it would eat the mosquitoes in the house, and now that wretched plant requires a room heater to keep it alive in Chennai. So he is telling, see, remember that he had given a gift last time. What is that gift? He had given a plant. Okay, what is the importance of that plant? The plant will eat all the mosquitoes. Like that only he had given that planned to us, but now it need a room heater to keep it alive in Chennai. Okay, so whatever he is giving to us, it is an absolute nuisance. So Ma protested Aravind, that's not really true. Uncle Somu given us some more really fabulous gift. So it was interrupted by his son Aravind. Aravind is telling, no Ma, don't tell like that. Okay, because Uncle Somu had really given us nice, that means fabulous gift. So whatever he had given is not nuisance. He had given some good gift to us also. Okay, so now, right, remember the tiny pen knife he gave me last year. Okay, so the one with a genuine shark tooth blade, that's been really useful. Maya joined the protest. Maya also joined with Aravind, and she is telling, yes Ma, don't say like that. Last time he had given me a pen knife that was really useful. So the mother now getting too much angry, and she is telling him, no one but you, Maya, Mrs. Krishnan told her daughter sternly, would describe a penknife that has cut open the pocket of 3 skirts and 2 pairs of jeans as really useful. Yes, Maya, you only have to say this. You had that put that knife in your pocket and it had tear many that 3 skirts and 2 pairs of jeans. Then how can you say that? It is really useful to us. And what about the aboriginal boomerang Uncle Somu bought us all the way from Australia? Now again Aravind is asking, this Uncle Somu had given me a boomerang, yes, boomerang is a, what is this boomerang? It's bought from Australia. It will if you throw that boomerang, it will come back to you. That is this boomerang. Okay, children. So he is telling this man Uncle Somu had gifted a boomerang which he bought from Australia. Demanded Aravind. You can't deny that it was great hit with everyone. Okay, it's a great hit. Yeah, I liked it very much. He gave the boomerang to me. Great hit indeed. Mrs. Krishnan did not bother to hide her sarcasm and continued. Considering that the boomerang slides through all the TV aerials in the neighborhood, caused permanent damage to several cars in the parking lot, and knocked out our watchman's coal, and with the force they threw you through it. So now see, he's telling, yes, it's a great hit only. What are the damages it had made? That boomerang, do you remember? Like that, she is listing out. What are the things she is telling? That it slices through the TV aerial in the neighborhood and permanent damage for several cars. Okay, so it had broken the glasses, maybe. Okay, in the parking lot, and also it had hit the watchman also. Like that, lot of damages you had made because of this boomerang, like that. But Zigzag is different, Somu says. We were sure to love Zigzag, soothed Dr. Krishnan. But Dr. Krishnan slowly telling, don't compare our pet Zigzag with that, because this is very lovable bird. So you will surely love it, because the bird can talk and sing in about 21 different languages. It can talk and sing in different 21 languages. You will surely love it, like that. Dr. Krishnan is telling. Mostly African languages, of course. When it sings, it moves the listeners to tears. So that means nicely this bird will sing. It can sing and talk in 21 languages, and you will like that bird very much. It's almost thoughtless ways that reduce me to tears, Mrs. Krishnan said irritably. This Krishnan get angry and telling, so that bad will not bring tears in my eyes, but this so most thoughtless ways only make me into tears, like that she is telling. What a time to dump this multilingual talking singing bird on us. Here I am tied up with knots trying to get my paintings together for the exhibition next week. So here I am very much busy in my painting, because next week I have to exhibit it. But now this time you are bringing this multilingual bird to our home. So please, okay, ask him not to bring the bird here. Okay, like that she is shouting at Dr. Krishnan. May I take Zigzag to school, Papa? Aravind, as always, was planning ahead. I want to display him in the science exhibition. But Aravind and Maya were too much excited to see that Zigzag. So slowly he is asking, anyway, when he bring that bird to our home, I will take that bird to my school because I want to exhibit that bird in the science exhibition. Why? It can sing and talk in 21 languages. So I want to exhibit it. When is Zigzag coming, Papa? Maya was jumping up and down, all excited. Maya was also excited. When is this Zigzag coming to our home? Like that, she is jumping up and down. Uncle Somu said he would send Zigzag with his old Kokuvisu. So now Dr. Krishnan is telling, yes, that Dr. Krishnan, that Somu will send that bird along with this man who, that old Kukuvisu. Sometimes totally I would have leave from our clinic now. There he added a doorbell rang that probably then at that time the doorbell rang and it was probably them. Okay, like that. Yes, the Zigzag was now going to enter into the home, and indeed it was that bad. Okay, children, so now we can see the remaining in our next class. You can also wait. Now this man is going to open the door and Zigzag is ready to enter into the house. We can see what are the things happened after Zigzag enter into the home. You have to wait till the next class. Thank you, children.